Lily was driving down a long, empty highway late at night. The road stretched out before her, illuminated only by her car's headlights. On both sides of the road, dense trees lined the way, their shadows growing darker as she drove further into the night. The quiet was unsettling, with nothing but the sound of the engine breaking the silence. Tired from a long day, she rubbed her eyes, thinking it was just exhaustion making her uneasy. As she continued driving, Lily couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. The road was still empty, but she felt like she wasn't alone. Her eyes darted to the rearview mirror, but the back seat was empty. Yet, the sensation of being watched only grew stronger. Out of nowhere, a cold gust of wind blew through the car, even though the windows were shut. Lily looked into the rearview mirror again, and this time, her heart stopped. A shadowy figure was sitting silently in the back seat, where there had been nothing moments before. Lily's pulse raced as she tried to stay calm, but the fear clawed at her chest. Her hands trembled on the steering wheel. She glanced back again, hoping the figure had disappeared. But it was still there, unmoving, its presence cold and oppressive. Lily's mind raced. Should she stop? Should she speed up? She had no idea what to do. Her heart pounded as she kept driving, unable to think clearly. Every glance in the rearview mirror made her blood run cold. The figure was still there, watching silently. Desperate to get away from whatever was in her car, Lily pressed her foot on the gas. The car sped down the empty highway, but no matter how fast she drove, the figure stayed with her, unmoving. The air inside the car grew colder, and she felt her hands go numb. In one last, terrified glance into the rearview mirror, Lily saw something that made her scream. The shadowy figure was no longer just sitting there, it was leaning forward, reaching out toward her. The icy fingers of panic gripped her as she struggled to maintain control of the car. Distracted by the terror behind her, Lily lost control of the car. It veered off the road and crashed into the trees. The impact was violent, and everything went dark. Lily's vision slowly returned. She was alive, but the car was wrecked, and everything around her was eerily quiet. Her heart pounded in her chest as she realized the figure was no longer in the backseat. She felt a moment of relief, but it didn't last long. Just as Lily thought she was safe, she heard it, the soft sound of breathing, right next to her. She turned her head slowly, and there, Sitting in the passenger seat, was the shadowy figure, closer than ever before. Frozen in fear, Lily felt as though she couldn't move. The figure leaned closer, its breath cold against her skin. "You shouldn't have looked back," it whispered in a voice that sent chills down her spine. Panic surged through her as she realized she was not alone in this nightmare. With a surge of adrenaline, Lily finally found the strength to act. She fumbled with the door handle, desperate to escape the nightmare. Lily was pulled back into the car, gasping for breath. "I am the darkness you fear," the figure hissed. "You can never escape me." She felt a wave of despair wash over her, realizing this nightmare was far from over. As despair threatened to consume her, Lily felt a flicker of defiance spark within her. She pushed against the figure, trying to break free. The figure's grip was strong, but her will to survive was stronger. "I won't let you take me!" she screamed. With one final surge of energy, Lily broke free from the figure's grasp. She stumbled out of the car and into the night, her heart racing. Looking back, she saw the figure dissolve into the shadows, its chilling laughter echoing in her mind. She knew the nightmare was over, for now.